And in the main event, I'm scared just to talk about this one, quite honestly. I'm afraid that Drew will try to come to my house and kill me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kayfabe Theory, home of pro wrestling what ifs, and today we are doing our Clash at the Castle review after what is, quite frankly, a very chaotic night. So let's go ahead and get started with the I Quit match for the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes makes AJ Styles say I quit after what appeared to be almost attempting to squash his head with the steel steps. This match kind of went from 0 to 60, and I feel like it hasn't been something that we've seen in an I Quit match before. It was usually just feel out and then we get to the spots, but it kind of just went all out from the get-go.
Hey, this is what I like about Cody Rhodes' reign so far. He's willing to go to the limit for the championship. And I like overall, I find it strange how AJ Styles at one point said, "Fuck you, Cody Rhodes." And then the next thing you know, he got pinned to a corner and also said, I quit. I was like,
I have to remember where it was in kind of that final sequence because AJ took a lot of damage towards the end there. Rope, chair, table, crossroads. I think that was the screw you, Cody. Then it was handcuffed to the rope. I lost count on the chair shots, and then it was the steel steps.
Yeah.
I think that's right. But I think with that, and we talked about this a little bit about the little things about Triple H's storytelling abilities and what they can do in ring, is AJ did a lot of promo work talking about how he could be a family man or he wants to be a family man, seeing his son and graduating high school and all that. And it was kind of the focus of the last several weeks before the PLE. And I think Corey Graves said it best on commentary, is that it was about self-preservation. So I think if you take a lot of that, even if it was part of a retirement ruse about, oh, I want to be this guy, it's on his mind that eventually he will actually retire and be that guy. So when he's handcuffed in the corner and looking at heavy steel steps coming his way, you're going to have a lot of realizations and your life might flash before your eyes very quickly.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
He also had that look in his face of like a little kid that realized he was going to get punishment from dad when he comes home, especially with messing with Cody's mom. If we've learned anything since WrestleMania, don't mess with Cody's mom at ringside. It's not good for your championship aspirations.
I like it. Hey, I'm glad Cody Rhodes' mom actually can show some effect to her son's advantage.
Okay, so I don't know about the immediate future, things like Money in the Bank, but I tell you what, I think we're going to be building to a Randy Orton match at SummerSlam because we've seen them backstage a couple times and it was really quick. But if you're watching Clash at the Castle at the end when they saved him during the Bloodline, there's a moment where Randy's eyes linger for just a few seconds. He looks like he's eyeing the WWE Championship. Randy and Cody having a feud ever since their time in Legacy and everything, since Cody came back, is something I wanted to see. So if we're building towards this at SummerSlam, I'm all for it.
It's time for Legacy to come back again and have a old Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton match, and Ted DiBiase Jr. come out of jail to help.
Yeah, but if he's going to show up in WWE after jail, you know that he has to form a tag team with Dominic Mysterio.
Oh my goodness.
And up next was the triple threat match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, and the hometown girls, Isla Dawn and Alba Fyre, are your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
All right, so for this match specifically, I can say for at least me and you, we automatically thought it's going to be Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill because they're the powerhouse duo. They're on a good run so far, and who they're going against is not really. Can you see them as champions now? Not really. Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn. Okay, they're the hometown favorites. You only seen them like a few times. It's maybe like a backstage segment here and there.
I'm not like criticizing them as wrestlers or anything like that, but I think just in the build to this match, we've only seen Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn on TV maybe like a handful of times this year. And it was pretty obvious that the crowd in the US on Raw, I think it was this last week. It was almost like they had no idea who the hell they were, because when their music or anything comes out, it was a very quiet stadium. And I feel bad for them because I feel like if they had more on-screen exposure prior to the match, then it would be better. And I'm sure that they'll do a great job. I mean, they were NXT women's tag team champions or something. Or was it like the UK specific champions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they did well under NXT. Like I said, we're not really negative on their talent and abilities in the ring. Just that we don't have much of a, like you said earlier. My fact, as we said earlier, there wasn't much build up around them or interest into them. So we weren't sure that they were a good fit as a tag team right now, or tag team champion right now, because it wasn't much going into it for them. Just the fact that, oh, they're from Scotland.
We were kind of right. We predicted that if Jade and Bianca were going to lose the championships, they weren't going to be involved in the decision. So they still have a solid case for a rematch.
Most people are talking about Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill going against each other at some point. This is a little bit too early for all that. So I also think they might end up getting the championships back at least.
We'll just have to see how all these factors play out. And up next, we had the Intercontinental Championships. Sami Zayn successfully defended against Master Manipulator himself, Chad Gable. Alpha Academy is dead.
Wow, that's that was quick.
I mean, did you not see Chad Gable's look? He looked like Hannibal Lecter in the middle of the ring, just staring at Otis up the ramp. He didn't blink. He didn't move. So the old Alpha
Oh,
Academy is in deep, deep trouble. If you have seen it backstage when watching Raw, good. If you have not, we have seen Chad Gable talking with the Creed brothers backstage. Something tells me that Master Gable is about to get a more dedicated Alpha Academy. But besides that, I mean, another solid match from Sami. He was able to not really, well, he inadvertently hit Otis, but that was because Chad grabbed his shirt very subtly and pulled him in front of him. But he didn't hurt anyone from the Alpha Academy. He tried to stay true to himself, and he just caught Chad when he was distracted. It was another good solid match altogether from the two of them. They keep going one-on-one, and they keep having good matches together.
Otis he's a ticking time bomb at this point. Man, I'm telling you, when Chad started berating Maxine Dupree, Otis stepped in. That look on his face, like, oh, he's about to eat you for lunch.
Yeah, he is a lot of boy.
And then that moment outside the ring when Chad had Sami Zayn in an ankle lock and he reversed it, and that ended up hitting Maxine Dupree. Oh man, I thought that was the moment when Otis was about to lose it. And what saved him was Maxine Dupree. Soon as Maxine fell back down to the ground, I think priority shift back to her. And he said, basically, screw this match. I'll take care of Maxine.
That's what I like about, and I don't think that this will be the final betrayal or anything from Otis. I think eventually Otis will get his hands on Chad. But I like this because Otis is just kind of this protector, but he also knows that he still cares about Chad Gable. So he doesn't want to hurt him. He doesn't want to intentionally screw him during the championship match. But I like that he turned on him just by turning his back on him. So it wasn't necessarily like 99% of wrestling betrayals, which usually involve a chair or a clothesline of some kind.
But that Sammy and Gable match was, I loved every single last bit of it, all the drama and everything across the board.
And up next, we have Bayley, the WWE Women's Champion, defeats Piper Niven with the help of whatever Chelsea Green was doing last night. I thought this was just a very solid match. I think it took a minute to get going, but once it did, I thought this was solid, and I like that the ending kind of was something, was just not a standard finisher. that basically Bayley couldn't have the power to drive Piper into the mat. So hitting the crucifix bomb was a nice touch. I like that.
Piper Niven, man, this is the person I was looking for this whole time. She out here throwing bodies, her own body to Bayley.
Repeatedly.
And
I don't
yes,
even remember
repeatedly.
I don't even remember how many sentons in total were attempted.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, Piper, man. She's doing it all. And this is what I've been missing from her. Matter of fact, she probably would have been doing this whole time, just that she had an opportunity for a championship match and displayed her ability to the fullest extent. That's what I want most of the wrestlers I see in the WWE, who I see like has a lot of skill, especially the ones that have been through the independent scenes. Want them to display their full abilities, not a little stint or a 2 to 3 minute version. No, give me the full thing, so you can see on a bigger stage and everybody can see that these people are the real deal and can perform and possibly be great champions in the process. So I'm so happy for Piper Niven and she's able to what she has done. Unfortunately, she didn't win the championship, but I'm not too disappointed about that because now we know that Piper can carry and on her own.
I think prior to this, she got lost a little bit. I think she kind of got lost in the tag team, especially after getting rebranded as Piper Niven from the old name we do not mention. I think this was a good performance with her, and I just want to see where they go. They go from here. I hope they just don't get lost back again in the tag team shuffle. And in the main event, I'm scared just to talk about this one, quite honestly. I'm afraid that Drew will try to come to my house and kill me.
I mean, hey man, I'm joking. Hey man, look, I don't know what to tell you, Drew. I mean,
so let's
I
give it the
got
same.
the
Let's give it the
WrestleMania
same.
Dallas shirt on. Yeah, that's even better. Oh Lord.
Let's give it the same intro. In the World Heavyweight Championship match, Damien Priest did technically defend against Drew McIntyre with extenuating circumstances. We're going to have to add a caption on the video on this of like, I am scared for my life. So, yes, I'm being careful with my words.
Let's do it.
So, we talked about in the predictions that Drew McIntyre got Judgment Day banned from ringside. Unfortunately, CM Punk was not part of Judgment Day. And sadly, Drew, it did come true. I thought the referee angle was clever. And this is one of the things, and kind of veering from the match for a second, but with the production changes that WWE is doing, that camera angle of blocking Punk's face, not showing the referee running to the ring, I don't think it got by everybody for the whole 2 count until they revealed Punk. But again, this is like those little things that compounded are making everything better. This match was solid. I mean, we can talk about the Damien Priest spill. He said in the presser last night that his knee and leg and everything are fine. Worst case scenario, they might just not have him wrestle for the week just to doubly make sure. Even with his knee, that dude showed out. I mean, he did the razor's edge on essentially one leg. If you watch it, he still did that top rope hurricanrana. You got to give it up for him that even though he did have that spill, I mean, he still showed out for the rest of the match. And again, Drew, I'm sorry.
With all the Scottish blood in his body and all the Scottish fans in the arena, and he came here to get that win, and he did anything and everything he could to get that win.
To a 9 count.
To 9 count. Drew did everything possible. I can't, and I'm the guy who wanted him to win because he needed that redemption from WrestleMania.
Yep.
But this is what happens when you mess with a person like Punk. It's not a one-time only deal. And not only is a one-time only deal, he's gonna hurt you in ways that you never expect. because CM Punk ain't gonna let you get that win.
And Punk said it in the post presser. He said, as long as we are in the same company, same show or whatever, Drew McIntyre will never hold another world championship, because of him talking about how, oh, I prayed for it to happen and it happened. Yeah, I am scared for Corpus Christi, Texas. I feel like there's so much to say, but it's just, it turned out so great. And Punk said he's going to go look about getting cleared on Monday, and he'll be in Chicago on Friday. So, and we said this in the predictions, that if Punk is going to screw Drew again, you got to assume that Punk is close to being healed, so that they can finally have, I'm going to go ahead and say matches, because I don't see this ending with just one match. I think we did say that this feels like one of these blood feuds of back in the day that could justify Hell in a Cell, 100%. But it doesn't have to be done right away. But we have to do this properly, because Priest said it during the presser. He is the world heavyweight champion, and it kind of sucks that the champion is sort of being overshadowed by a story. Unfortunately, I'm sitting in a chair. I would rise, but that would make an awkward camera shot for everybody. But I will metaphorically rise for the world heavyweight champion. I guess for Priest, because we've kind of done this with most other matches, Money in the Bank is coming up. We know that Drew and Punk are probably going to be fighting each other. Assuming that Damien Priest has the championship still at SummerSlam, we know to expect, and this kind of covers Bayley as well, we know to expect probably Bayley and Nia Jax at SummerSlam. And right now we can assume Damien Priest and Gunther at SummerSlam.
Let's get ready for Raw. Corpus Christi
Is going to be a blood fest between Chad Gable's attitude, Drew McIntyre losing again in Scotland, and whatever the hell Uncle Howdy is going to be doing. Oh my God, it's going to be a rough Monday. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for watching Kayfabe Theory's review of Clash at the Castle 2024. Again, I'm Gary, and
I'm Keith.
Thanks again so much for watching. Let us know down in the comments what you thought altogether of the event, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all probably, closer to Money in the Bank. All right, but we'll see you then.